Hello and welcome to January 2026's Patreon behind the scenes video. And I'm angling like this because I'm showing off the fact that we've got a little bit of blue sky, which is such a relief after all the storms and all the rain and all the flooding that's been going on this month. Anyway, so a lot to talk about this month, so I'm going to keep this quite quick. We are zipping in first out with some behind the scenes videos from Galatea, or Galathea, however you like to say it, which was our John Lilly from Q's Only offering, which, yes, was about a week ago at this point. So here are some of the cast to respond to doing Lily from Q's Only.
Hello, just finished doing the Galatea, how do you pronounce it? Really enjoyed it actually. Really enjoyed playing Diana and the Alchemist with my bonkers costumes and the Agur, whatever his name was. It was a very quick change, as you may have noticed, when Lizzie had to step in because I literally had finished being Diana and was just turning around to change into being the Agur character. I know that's pronounced wrong, and then Lizzie started speaking. I thought, oh my god, I'm on. So that's just what happens sometimes in this, but yeah, very entertaining play, very surprising plot.
Hello, I'm Eric. We just finished Galatea, and I just wanted to say that as a trans person, this play is very close to my heart, and I am so glad I was in it with everyone else who made it amazing, because I mean, Tamara, Lizzie Hux, Alexandra, Olga, Tom, Jane, I'm probably forgetting people, Jill, they're all amazing, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
Okay, so that was Lily, who was a non-Shakespeare, and we also had our second ever first major outing this week of Shakespeare Classics, which is our new arm, which has developed almost of its own accord from conversations with a friend of a friend of a friend, and that became a play reading, and that became the 5-minute Pride and Prejudice, which became the 50-minute Pride and Prejudice that we did for Jane Austen's House live online on Tuesday, which was the anniversary of Pride and Prejudice itself. So I took the opportunity to get the company for that to put some videos forward as well. So here is what our Shakespeareans made of doing Austen.
So I have just finished performing in Galatea for Shakespeare. That's the first time I've done any Q script work for, I was working it out the other day, nearly 20 years. When I first spoke to Lizzie about it, I think I said 15, and then I worked out the dates the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, it's nearer 20. It's about 19 years since I did some at my drama school, Drama Studio London, and wow, what a rush that was. Kind of terrifying, if I'm perfectly honest, but I love the way it takes you back, you know, to those basics, those absolute acting basics of you have got to listen so hard, and you've got to just respond in the moment, because you don't know. Like, there were times when my character's name was mentioned and I did not know it was going to be mentioned, you know, especially when I was playing Robin. You know, one of my brothers would say, oh, you know, Robin, and I would just be like, oh, my, you know, my ears would prick up, and I would just respond, you know, silently, just with a facial expression or whatever, because I didn't know that was coming. But then obviously when you hear your name, you've just got to respond in the moment, and it's so exhilarating to be able to do that. I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was kind of terrifying and wonderful. I think I might have become a little bit addicted, actually. I'm certainly looking forward to As You Like It next month. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to have been included in this amazing project. I'm really glad to have found Shakespeare. So hopefully there'll be much more to come.
Hey, this is Tom here. Just finished Galatea, a fabulous fun. Not possibly the deepest play we've done on Shake Scene, but very enjoyable nonetheless. Though I did find the bit where Cupid was talking about love actually quite moving. Yeah, brilliant there, Alexandra. I was really quite impressed by that. I had so much fun. I was struggling for a bit with what I was going to do with my astronomer, and Lizzie said, "Why not do him Kenneth Williams?" I'm not sure she was serious, but I took her as such, and so I went a little bit camper than probably the party's written. Neptune as well, doing great fun to do a character who's just so bombastic, channeling my inner Matt Berry there, and my poor little Peter, who's completely out of his depth. I had a great deal of fun there. I thought that Lizzie and Tamara were brilliant as the leads, especially as Tamara's only drafted in at the last minute, but she is brilliant, so that helps. That was great fun. That was enormous fun. Not sure it goes down in history as one of the deep plays, but yeah, fun.
Hello. So we've just finished our production of Galatea or Galathea or Galatia. Whatever it is, we've just finished it. I really enjoyed that. It's another piece of John Lilly bonkersness, which I really, I'm on board for it. I think it's absurd and silly and all of those things. I think the thing I have to talk about is we had a huge internet glitch in the middle because I was doing the streaming today, and Lizzie and I suddenly noticed that everything had frozen. And so I was trying to work out what had happened. I was running back and forth my place in the bedroom here and into the living room to see what was happening with the internet. And it was just flashing anything but the safe blue signal that the internet was there. So we clearly had an outage of some kind. Anyway, it came back. I'm interested to see whether the video recording, because we always record these on Zoom, I'm interested to see whether that was affected. Because fully admit I don't understand how the technology works, so we'll see. I mean, there is the recording on YouTube, so it shouldn't matter too much. If you were watching, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. I hope it was as fun to watch as it was to perform in, and we look forward to hearing what people have to say.
Hello, good evening everybody. It's about 10:30 and the curtain came down in our virtual theatre about, just over an hour ago, and I'm so utterly delighted with how well it was received. Pride and Prejudice was a complete joy and an honour to both speak Jane Austen's words, Joanna Norland's words, and to play with such an amazing ensemble, all hosted by Sophie and Lizzie at Jane Austen's house. It has been the most remarkable way to launch Shake Scene Classics, and we look forward to many more productions, and thank you to our wonderful audiences as well. What a joy. And I don't think I can take this red coat off.
I am Joanna Norland, and I am lucky enough to be associate playwright for Shake Scene Classics, and I am the author of Pride and Prejudice, a play on Jane Austen's words. I cannot describe how much fun it has been to work with Lizzie and with the company on developing this adaptation for an online performance hosted by Jane Austen's house. I love this text, and I've been working with it for decades to develop an adaptation drawn almost entirely from Jane Austen's original words. And when you're passionate about what you do, to work with people who are also passionate about quality and love working together and do it so well and so creatively and so resourcefully is as good as it gets. Thank you for the opportunity to work with you and to bring Jane Austen's words to a broader audience.
Having just finished the performance of Pride and Prejudice, playing Mr. Darcy, I can honestly say that was such a fantastic experience. It was wonderful to hear the words brought to life by such a wonderful cast of performers and to really feel the vitality of the performances, even though we were in our own tiny little Zoom boxes. So thank you, Lizzie and Shake Scene Classics, for having me on board. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you.
This is Charlotte reporting from backstage. They're still going on. I love the gardeners.
My second attempt to make a video after doing Pride and Prejudice. I really enjoyed it. I can't believe that it was so full up and everybody loved it so much. The comments were just so gorgeous. It was so gratifying and everybody was so good. It was quite a thing keeping up with the script and turning the camera on and off, and very different than having just the cues. But goodness me, I am so proud to have been in this. So very proud.
So, pardon the patchy Tash situation. I will explain soon enough. But amazing experience with Pride and Prejudice for Jane Austen House online. 50 minutes, what a roller coaster. I'm so proud of all of us. Oh my God. Big shout out to, Lizzie as usual, to Ellie for making this happen. She worked really hard on this project, and she keeps working really hard on any projects that we do, but this one was particularly her baby. Joanna for allowing us to use her text, and Jane Austen House for having us. Now let's come to the Tash. So the Tash was out tonight, and maybe she is a she. She has not been out for quite a while. And I now remember why, because you go to take it off, and this is what you're left with. It doesn't bloody come off. So, while I go and, before I go and rub my face with alcohol, and not the fun kind, I shall wish everybody good night. And I can't wait to be online and in person with all of these wonderful people again.
Just got off the Zoom call from tonight's Pride and Prejudice online. Wow, I felt amazing. That was so much fun and so great to bring Austen's most beloved novel alive on Zoom with the Jane Austen House. Thank you to everyone who came and supported us. I had a great time bringing poor Jane to life, and Jane Bingley that is, and getting to do some very silly dancing with my lovely Mr. Bingley. Big shout out, thank you to Eric. Both of us, we didn't quite do what we rehearsed, but my goodness, did we have fun anyway. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and hopefully see you with Shake Scene Shakespeare soon. Bye.
Hello, this is Aliki. For Shake Scene, we did our first Shake Scene Classics outing yesterday with Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, a new stage adaptation which we made into an online theatre adaptation, and it was really fun. The audience was an Austen audience, not an early modern audience, so they were completely new to our work, and they seemed quite excited by the fact that we were in different places. So I thought I'd come out to a scenic bit of Athens. This is the Archaeological Museum, not far from where I live, and just to, kind of underline that we were in different places. I had such a good time last night. Thanks to the Austen House for having us. Really, it was brilliant. So I guess all I wanted to say really was that I really enjoyed playing Mrs. Gardiner. she's not the kind of character I'm usually drawn to, but I sort of decided in the first draft that I saw when I was cast, she only had 3 or 4 lines, and it's a fairly somber part of the text where everybody is at odds with each other and has made unhappy compromises, and so I decided she should be really punchy and bring a very different energy to the space. And what's very clear, I mean, it's clear in Austen as well, but it's especially clear in the adaptation because it's so condensed, is that she's very clever. She picks up very quickly that Mr. Darcy is in love with her niece Elizabeth, and also that in contrast to the Bennets, she and her husband are a team. They love each other and they understand each other. And so I thought, well, she must be very happy, unusually happy for a married woman of her time. And happiness and cleverness was what I went for, with a sort of twinkly kind of energy that I thought united those two very well, which was great. And then the second draft, or I was enjoying it, and then the second draft came along, and the performance draft, and there was a lot more for her to do. Another scene, 2 longer speeches, and that became a fun challenge because it's hard to keep up that kind of energy, especially when you're talking about when you're telling secrets to your husband, or when you're talking about something that's quite serious but with the happy undertone that it turned out well, and wow, isn't this an amazing guy who's in love with my niece, nudge nudge, wink wink. Do you really not know what's going on, Elizabeth? So yeah, it was great. So this is Aliki in Athens, signing off.
Hey, they're great fun last night watching, being in Joanna's brilliant adaptation of Pride and Prejudice for the Jane Austen Society and House. Yeah, it was so lovely to see everything coming together, and I must say I did enjoy the rehearsing, and then the audience's reaction to a Zoom performance. I've not actually seen that before, so thrilled all round, and oh, what a wonderful honour and pleasure it is to perform with such a lovely company. Okay. So you said we had a lot to talk about this month. Okay, so that's the end of the cast videos. What have I got to tell you? We have so many thoughts, plans and ideas going on now. Very many things. I don't know what's going to kick off. There might be more Pride and Prejudice. We're waiting to see what response we get to the online production. We're also talking about, we're talking to 2 different playwrights. One about A Sense and Sensibility, which might be specifically adapted to be from cues only. So that would be a fascinating hybrid, if we can see that one through. So that'll be fun for probably next year. We're also talking about a possible Northanger Abbey. Why Jane Austen? Well, what we found in the what I've found working with people on the Austen texts is that Austen's dialogue works so similarly to Shakespeare's. It's like, they really are close together and the skills are so the same. And if we can develop plays that we can perform from parts, because you can cut any play into parts, but were they really constructed for that and things? So this is an interesting place. We don't know where it's going to go. We're just going to keep experimenting and see what happens. There will be an As You Like It coming up very soon, which I'm trailing quite thoroughly, and the scenes that you will have next week. So yeah, lots going on, lots more than that, but early doors on all of it. So, and we are of course going to be in person in London in March. We'd love to see any of you there if you want to come. But yes, well, I'm always interested to hear back from you, plays that you would like us to do, suggestions that you have for texts or angles we can go for. The Shakespeare is not going away ever, I promise you that. But it's fun to see what else we can do with this technique, what new theatre can we create. So who knows what 2026 will bring. So many thanks to you all. Have a wonderful month until I speak to you again at the end of February. And yeah, see you all very soon.